If you eat a diet which is a carnivorous diet, which is rich in fat and protein necessarily, that's fine. If you consume no carbohydrates, you will not be causing yourself a Randle cycle issue. As such, you will be lean and mean and fit and healthy if you subscribe to that diet appropriately and you do it for long enough to reverse the damage that you've done in years leading up to it. A lot of people think, you change your diet to carnivore and everything will be perfect within 5 minutes, to which I always say to my clients that ask me, well, I've been carnivore for 6 months now and I'm still a bit fat, and what I usually ask them, well, how long did it take you to mess your health up? Why do you think it's going to heal in 5 seconds flat? It's going to take some time. Anyway. That's for another day. So a carnivore diet, no Randle cycle issue to speak of, because there's no carbohydrate to cause a problem, because there's no cross inhibition, there's no competition for the substrate to get through the cell. You could also eat a vegan diet if you like, because that's rich in carbohydrate necessarily and a little bit poor in fat. I say a little bit poor in fat because there's still a lot of fiber in a vegan diet, and that still breaks down to short-chain fatty acids. Whoops, we've still got an issue. Just not as much as if you were eating a bunch of vegetable oils and fats as well. Like all these vegans are saying, eat a plant-rich diet, don't eat any oils, don't eat any fats, you'll be all right. You'll be slim. And it's true, you will, because you're not activating the Randle cycle. Right. However, what you'll also be is vastly, grossly, patently nutritionally deficient on a vegan diet. Yeah. It does not contain the nutrient you require on a daily basis to keep you healthy or to give you the longest possible lifespan, the happiest possible life. You'll be miserable, you'll be ill, your health will catastrophically abandon you at some point, probably within 5 years on a vegan diet, because it is so destitute of required nutrient. We started eating plants about 8,000 years ago in the agrarian revolution. Absolutely disastrous for our health. We got shorter, we got weaker, we got less muscular, our skeletal structures shrunk, our jawline shrunk, our dental situation became a problem with all the wisdom teeth and cramming up of teeth. We got tooth decay from all the carbohydrate-loving bacteria in our mouths eating our teeth. We got gluten intolerance, we got irritable bowel. They've looked at Egyptian mummies Egyptians grew a lot of grains and ate a lot of grains. Atherosclerosis, hitherto unseen, all these things. Every single time you eat a meal which is rich in both carbohydrates and fats, you will absolutely activate the Randle cycle every time without fail. Okay. And the Randle cycle will probably remain highly activated after that meal for a number of hours. Right. In the case of when you have mixed carbohydrates and fats, when you think about this for a minute, Judy, when people talk about going on a ketogenic diet, and all the pundits will say to you, well, it's going to take you about 72 to 96 hours at least to get into ketosis. The reason for that is precisely because that's how long it takes to drain your body of those extra carbohydrates. So if you eat carbohydrates at any time, you can expect Randle cycle activation for 72 to 96 hours. So when people say, oh, I'll just eat my fat in the morning and my carbohydrates in the evening, I'll be fine. No, sorry. Anytime that your fat consumption is chronically higher than the amount of fat you are effectively oxidizing on a daily basis, there will be an overplus of fat, and that will be stored as triacylglyceride, as fat, that will be stored on your body as fat. Absolutely.
Oh, I just want to make the distinction though, because there's a lot of people that come to carnivore and they're like, okay, I'm all in, I'll do meat. But then they only eat the leanest meats because they're really deathly scared of fat. Yeah. And I don't want people to think that, well, fat makes you fat. It's just if you eat more levels of energy than you need, then you can actually gain weight on a carnivore diet. Yes. But it's not solely because you're eating fat.
Correct. The thing though, however, the thing that kind of balances all of that out, Judy, is I challenge you to chronically overconsume food on a strictly 100% carnivore diet. Go for it. We'll wait. You can't do it.
But if you add, I agree if you only use meats, but if you add cheese, if you add dairy, if you add other higher, like with little bits of carbs, I do think you can overeat. So if you eat a lot of bacon, if you eat a lot of cheese, a lot more of the processed, maybe.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's where my only caveat would be.
Right.
But if you ate true, just...
Yes. Meat and fat no dairy, just meat and fat, salt and water, rinse and repeat.
Okay.
I challenge you to overeat on that diet. You might be able to do it for a couple of weeks. I've just done it for a couple of weeks myself. But by the end of 2 weeks of overeating on meat and fat, my body was like, that is enough, Charlie Brown, no more. You can't do it. The satiety signals, the hormone levels, everything are such that you simply will not chronically overeat on that diet. So it won't happen.